Hey, it's Brooke. I wanted to do a brief intro to this video because it is a condensed version of a longer video I've created for a course that is coming out shortly. And it is all about rapid triaging of your email. So we all get a crap load of email every day. I see a lot of clients and a lot of people that come and work with me are living in their inbox or using their inbox as the hub of their business. And I think we put far too much weight on email, where we should be out and creating and serving our clients and our customers and leading our team, and not spending shitloads of time in our inbox all day long, because it actually feels like we're really busy, but we're not. It's not the productive work, and it's not the work that's going to move us forward. So this is a snippet, like I said, of a much larger program about, revamping your whole email system and the way that all works in the communications in your small business. But this small snippet of the rapid triaging system, I think, will help you sort of on a day-to-day basis systematize that process.
Hey, it's Brooke, and in this video I'm going to show you my triage and process for email. And the purpose of the triage system is to basically touch every single email in a relatively short period of time after it arrives and do a rapid assessment of it, just like when you go to the hospital. So when you go to the hospital and they see you at the triage desk, you're coming in on a first come, first serve basis. They don't know, who you are, what you're doing. Everybody's treated as they arrive. Okay, so the same thing applies to your email. You are going to look at it in date order as it arrives, and then we do a rapid assessment and assign it basically a value of, when it needs to be looked after, how urgent it is, etc. So during your triage time, which is usually probably about twice a day, this is what you're going to do. And at the end of your triage time, which should take either, from about 5 to 30 minutes, depending on the volume, you would have an empty inbox. So every single email has been touched, every single email has been triaged, processed, deleted, or filed. Okay, so to do this, we're going to create 3 actionable folders, or labels as we call them in Gmail. I've already set them up here, and I have them as A, B, C, but you can literally call them anything you want. And I usually put the @ sign in front of them because that way they float up right up to the top. So the first one, which would be A, let's call it A, would be today. The second one, which would be B, would be this week. The third one, C, is, why is it doing that? This month, or review. So there's a couple of rules when we sit down and do our triage time. We've come into the office or we're sitting at our desk, and this is the first thing in the morning, and we've got a few emails in our inbox. Chances are you have a lot more than I have here. Just remember, this is a dummy account. I know I have a lot more during the overnight hours. The first thing we're going to want to do is start with the oldest and work in date order. This is why we set up the auto advance feature. So we're going to start at the bottom and work our way to the top. A couple of rules here. If we can answer an email in 90 seconds or less, we will do it. So if we can process it, if we can find the information that somebody's looking for, if we can confirm something, whatever it might be, in 90 seconds or less, we're going to deal with that email then and there and then move it on. I always use the green check here as just a method of accountability. So if I've dealt with an email, I will check mark it green, and then I will move it on. I'll file it, or if it's something I've dealt with, I never delete it. So I would then file it. Okay. I delete things like emails that say like thanks, or out of office responses, anything that's just we don't need to save it. There's no valuable information in the email. I mean, thanks is nice, but it's not something that we ever need to recall. Anything that we would possibly need to recall, dates, documents, anything like that, I always file. Okay, so as we go along, we are going to either delete, file if there's no response, deal with it in 90 seconds or less, or if it's anything that requires more than 90 seconds of, attention, then we triage it. And we triage it in the sense of today, this week, or this month. Does it need to be dealt with today? Is it urgent? can it be dealt with later this week, tomorrow, maybe the next day, or is this something that we need to revisit at some point this month? The other thing I would do at this time is use my star system. And if I have multiple projects on the go, or if something's super urgent, I may assign it a star. So let's say all of my administrative tasks are going to be yellow, and this needs to get done today. This one might be a website task and it's blue, and that also needs to get done today. And this might be super, super urgent, needs to get done today. And this one, maybe it doesn't even need a star, it just needs to be looked at some point this week. And this one I've already dealt with, so I can file it away.
You would then go ahead and start processing those emails within the boxes that you have created.